full strength, particularly the Warriors. When you look at the Kings, Sacramento's resting all their good players. But to me, that's still as good. Like, you can't control who you're playing. All you can do is win the game, right? That's good for the Lakers, good for the Warriors.
We rested AD, meaning we as in the Lakers, we rested AD against Houston and got popped. So,
right, yeah. You could,
it happens.
It can happen. So, but here's the question. Would you rather be rested heading into the playoffs? There's something to be said for that, right? You get to rest and you've got fresh legs and you're playing against a more, worked and therefore tired team, or would you rather play heading into the playoffs and keep that rhythm going and keep the momentum going heading into the playoffs? Which would you rather do?
I'd rather actually play. I know football is a little different than basketball because of the back-to-backs and they play and all this. I get it. But the Lakers been resting all damn year. So when you think about AD and LeBron, how much rest do they need? They've already rested. They've been resting. So LeBron James needs to continue to get the rust off, and he knows that. That's why he's playing. And AD, same thing. Going into the playoffs, you want momentum. You don't want to go in trying to figure things out. Obviously, you get a chance to play a team that you've seen before, but it's a different mentality when you're coming off being crisp and sound opposed to trying to figure things out. And I think that is the key part for the Lakers is to have everything continuity and have everything rolling. So when playoff time rolls around, essentially the one and done playoff, it's a playoff. The play-in game is a playoff game, but it's a one and done. Mm-hmm. So you carry that one and done after beating the Jazz. You go and you take care of the Timberwolves. Now you get a 7-game series. It's a different conversation now. Now the teams are afraid of you, but at least you are chipping off whatever little bit of rust you had leading into the play-in.
Right. Well, it could be a one and done for the Lakers.
Nah, it won't be a one and done.
But what I'm saying is, if they win, they advance. But if they lose, they still got another game because they are not the 9 or 10, right?
Yeah.
So, but yes, I totally agree. I think that the way it's broken down for the Lakers, with the exception of the fact that LeBron, a couple doctors said, hey, you need surgery, right? Like, there's no getting around that.
Including Dr. James saying he didn't need it.
Right. No, but I'm saying if LeBron was not dealing with an ongoing pain, right, it would be a little different. But given those circumstances, it's still the best case scenario. You're right. AD's missed a lot of games, right? LeBron's missed a lot of games. But right now, they got their crew together, and you want that little bit of runway heading into the playoffs. Not too much where you got tired legs, just enough where you have the rhythm. And because they've been playing essentially playoff games the last bunch of games because they were jockeying for seeding. Didn't work out exactly the way they wanted, but they didn't get to avoid the play-in. But maybe that's a blessing in disguise because they're able to establish some kind of chemistry with the group at a certain level of intensity and keep that going into the playoffs. I'm telling you, this is shaping up good, really well for the Lakers.
I've been in situations heading clinched. We knew we were fine. We already got 2 games left during the season before the regular season, the playoffs start. And we rested players, and then we wind up getting popped in the first round.
Right.
I mean, that's happened where you think you're doing something for the players and you rested them, they're going to be fine, but you wind up, for whatever reason, falling behind, and you look up and you're losing, and you can't get back in front, and before you know it, the game is over and you're going home because your top players rested. And it took them a minute to get going. By the time they got going, the game was over.
And I actually don't love the matchup with the Grizzlies, but I don't see any team in the West where I say, just on the face of it, Lakers have no shot. Lakers have a good competitive chance against any team you put up. Now, it is unlikely that they get through team after team after team, just like it's unlikely for anyone in either conference to get through team after team, right? There's maybe the Bucks in the East where you go, or at least I go, I think I'd like them to get out of the East. Wouldn't be shocked if the Sixers got them or the Celtics got them, but I think the Bucks are the best team. And in the West, if I have to choose at full strength, I'll take the Warriors. But the Lakers are right there. I don't see anyone where, even the Suns, Key, I don't see if people really love the Suns and say the Lakers have no chance, what you're saying is KD is that much better than LeBron.
Yeah, but see, I don't think that the Lakers don't have a chance, and that's not my Laker fandom.
I agree.
I look at the matchups because I start to say, okay, so if AD comes to play, who's got AD?
Right.
If you cross out D'Angelo who comes to play, well, who? Okay, well, we're gonna stick Booker on. Okay, cool. Stick him on him. So let's wash that out. That's gonna clean itself up. Then you go to LeBron James. Like, well, who's gonna get LeBron? Well, KD. Well, who's gonna get KD? It's kind of a wash.
Right.
It's
LeBron
kind of
and KD are kind of a wash. And I would say actually AD and Book are kind of a wash. I'm just talking not the position they play, just the value they bring, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm saying, and that's it. The big guns really, I know Chris Paul's leadership and all that, but the big guns really, it's a
wash.
KD, right. So I'm saying if people look at the Suns and go, oh, the Lakers have no shot, really what you're saying, especially the way the AD has been playing, is that KD is that much better than LeBron at this point, and I don't know that that's true. Like, I got to see the way these playoffs. Could you imagine if LeBron got it done again this year? Could you imagine? Here are the odds. The Suns are the favorites at plus 190. No one's favored against the field, meaning no one's minus something. The Suns are plus 190. The Warriors plus 325. Nuggets plus 350. This is on ESPN2 right now. Grizzlies plus 600. Lakers plus 700. So the Lakers are one of the top 5 teams in terms of the odds to get out of the Western Conference. And
now that's top 5, or are we just showing the top 3 and then grabbing?
I believe that's top 5, Key.
But there's a big drop off between the Nuggets and the Grizzlies, or the Nuggets and the Lakers. That's a huge, drop off. That's why I asked: is that the top 5?
I believe it is. Yeah.
So if that's the top 5. 4 weeks ago, the Lakers were not in the top 5.
Right, and if you look at the tiers, basically what the odds makers are saying, and all the odds makers are doing are reflecting what they think the public is thinking, right, is the Suns are in a class by themselves, which really tells you a lot about how the world perceives KD when he's healthy, right, the best guy by far. Then the next group are the Warriors and Nuggets, right? They say, okay, that's the second tier, and then in the third tier they have the Grizzlies and Lakers. That's how the odds makers have it.
Or the odds makers saying the Warriors are in this position because Wiggins is back?
I have to imagine, right? Because without Wiggins, I wouldn't. But with Wiggins, Key, if someone said you have to choose a team to get out of the West, I mean, I guess if the Suns are healthy, right?
It would be, to me, it would be the 3.
Warriors.
It would be
Suns,
Warriors,
Lakers.
Yeah, so however you want it, it's those 3 teams.
But I got to tell, I agree. I'm not high on the Nuggets as other people are. Nuggets are loaded. And the other thing is Memphis. Like, you got to remember, this Memphis team took Golden State 6 games last year. A lot of that series, no Ja. And Ja's got to have a lot to prove in these playoffs.
Ja missed 2 games, man. Stop.
No, he missed more than that. All right, we can look that up. Meantime, would you rather rest or play as you head into the playoffs? Eddie in New Jersey.
Or Eddie in New Jersey.
Yeah, first of all, I want to say, Key, you were my favorite brother. Love you to pieces. And Max, I just wish I had the ability to help you carry home your check, man. Between boxing and this and everything else, you guys are the best. But I know Kyle. I'm going to throw this out a different sort of way. I don't know where the leadership is on that team, because I don't think you'd see 2 players punching each other on the LeBron
Talking about the Minnesota
team.
Timberwolves now. Gobert punched Kyle Anderson.
Yeah. Where's the leadership? I mean, is Karl Anthony Towns the leader on that team, or is he a model? You know what I'm saying? I don't see the leadership. I don't see. I don't see it. So I'm going to question it that way. They're not going anywhere. Aside from them not having McDaniels, they don't have Nas Reed either.
Yeah, and by the way, think of what they gave up.
To everything that they did this year. So I think they're in trouble. I think they need to look at the structure of that team. Not to say that Chris Finch isn't a good coach. I think he's done a decent job, but that's a problem.
Listen, Eddie. Eddie, hold on. We got
the problem, and
we got to go, Eddie. All right, we got it. Eddie. All right, we got it. Listen, but Key, he makes a good point, and you know how we talk about the pressure on different players. No one's really thinking about the Timberwolves other than the Gobert trade was terrible because they way overpaid for him in terms of draft picks. But Key, there's real pressure on Gobert now. Given everything they gave up to get him, he just put himself in the news with this. Everyone's shaking their finger at Gobert. He got real pressure all of a sudden.
It's interesting because he said, can you imagine it happening on a LeBron team? I'm like, well, didn't AD and Dwight Howard get into it? But I don't know if he punches with them.
Not in front of everybody. I don't remember.
No, they did. It was in front of. It was
punching
but,
some.
But I don't think it was punching. Yeah. I think it was I think it might have been a shove and a screaming and a holler type situation. But it calmed down pretty quickly.
AD even thinks about getting into an altercation. He gets hurt for a week. I'm glad nothing happened. All right, listen.
Stop, man.
Odell Beckham Jr. has agreed, apparently, to